welcome to Mystery Us. I'm Tony Pratt, your host for Mystery Us, and on today's special edition of the program, we're introducing the Mystic Coffee Hour.
Thanks, Tony. Welcome to the Mystic Coffee Hour, where we talk about all things body, mind, and spirit. We give you practical tips and hints to make your life more wonderful. And we also have coffee and guests, and we hope to have a lot of fun. I'm Tish Owen, one of your hosts. I'm the owner of the Goddess in the Moon Metaphysical Shop in downtown Nashville. I'm also a psychic and was actually voted the best psychic by Nashville Scene Readers. Yay.
And I'm Susie Kerr-Wright. I'm an astrologer, tarot reader, Reiki master, and a life coach. I do lots of stuff. And I also own the Gypsy Wagon that was just in the Nashville Christmas Parade. Very proud of that. You can find out about me through www.astrogirl12.com. And I have great pleasure today to introduce a dear friend of mine. He's a wonderful psychic. His name is Sean Jackson, and he's going to be joining us today. And we'll be putting him in the hot seat pretty soon. So Sean, you want to tell a little bit about?
Well, I'm Sean Jackson. I'm a psychic medium. I've been doing this for about 20-some years. You can find out more information about me by going to SeanIntuitive.net, at SeanIntuitive on Facebook, and SeanIntuitive on Twitter.
Sean is very intuitive.
In a lot of different places.
Yeah.
What? A lot of different, what does that mean?
He's in a lot of different places.
Oh.
He just said all the places where he is.
A lot of different places where he is.
And there's other places that we can't talk about. But so we're also going to do some acupuncture.
You are
And we
going
have
to do some acupuncture.
I'm going to do some acupuncture. We've got Dr. Brian Wilson here. And no, he's not a beach boy, but he is, however, a primo acupuncturist. And he's going to stick needles in me, and you can see that it really doesn't hurt. I promise I won't scream or cry. And we're going to work on, I think we're going to work on my allergies. So that will be the next segment that we have.
Well, go ahead.
Okay.
People pay a lot of money to watch someone stick needles in Tish.
You think that's funny, but it's probably true. Okay, so let's see if I can do this.
I'd like to introduce Dr. Brian Wilson. He's an acupuncturist here in Nashville, and he's going to put needles in my face so that you can see it's not scary. And you're going to work on my allergies today?
We are. That's what we're going to work on a little bit today.
Okay, so you're here in Nashville. Where are you? Where's your office?
Right on Charlotte Pike at Charlotte and Davidson in West Nashville, just by the West Nashville Shopping Center.
Okay, and what's the name?
It's Optimum Health Matters.
Excellent.
You can find out more information about us at OptimumHealthMatters.com.
Excellent. And you're not just an acupuncturist. You do a lot of things.
Acupuncture is actually only one aspect of traditional Chinese medicine. Traditional Chinese medicine is sort of an umbrella term that covers a full range of modalities. Acupuncture being the one that's most popular, along with Chinese herbal medicine. But it also includes diet and movement therapy, lifestyle advice, and some remedial massage called Tui Na.
Okay. But you're a Tai Chi guy.
I do. I run the Nashville Tai Chi Club, which is a club here in town that offers free classes both in the mornings and the evenings at Hadley Park and Morgan Park community centers. And Tai Chi is wonderful for your health. Great way to reduce stress, reduce blood pressure, improve balance, prevent falls in the elderly. It's good. It's a great way for increase your mind-body connection.
And that's exactly what we're after. Yeah. So do you find that there are a lot more people that are taking Tai Chi from you now? I mean, more people are interested?
Yeah, definitely. We have a pretty good turnout. Class ranges from anywhere from 5 to 15 people in a class.
Excellent.
So now I've got people that come in once a week, people that come every day, people that have been with me for 4 years, people that come and check it out for a little while and then move on.
I hear good things about you.
Oh.
So what are you going to do to me today?
Well, we're going to needle a few spots that are really well known for treating allergies, right? Specifically sinusitis, congestion in the face, in the forehead, helps with headaches, as well as congestion.
Okay.
Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Now you use disposable needles, right? Nobody uses. They don't have to. You don't clean them or autoclave them or anything anymore. Am I right?
One of the big advantages of acupuncture is that it's almost completely risk-free, right?
Yeah.
Everybody uses sterile, disposable, single-use needles. So the risk of contagion or infection is almost non-existent.
And we're going to tell people this doesn't hurt.
That's right.
Okay.
Generally speaking, acupuncture is pain-free. Some people may experience a feeling of tingling, a feeling of heaviness or warmth, or a feeling of the qi actually moving up or down the channel. Unblocking the qi in the channels is one of the primary ways that acupuncture works to improve health, by restoring the body's balance and homeostasis and inducing its self-healing properties. So generally speaking, the body wants to bring itself back into balance. The practitioner, the acupuncturist, is just sending messages to the body through the needles along meridians to help the body do that.
So you don't just stick needles in people to torture them, you're actually communicating with their bodies.
That's right.
I like that.
So what's it feel like?
It feels, it doesn't hurt. The needles are, I think, very thin. I can feel like the one, is there one between my eyes?
There is.
Okay. And there feels like I can feel like an energy going from it up toward the top of my head. And the other two, there's one on my left cheek, I can't feel it at all. And that was weird. Okay, so it was like there was a thread on the top of my head. It pulled. Doesn't hurt. It just feels very interesting. So yeah, and I would say that's the qi moving. Am I correct?
That's right. One of the nice things about Chinese medicine is that we work with you and get cues from your body to come up with a treatment plan. So the feedback that I get from you during the treatment will sometimes affect how I treat you. So in that case, you gave me a pretty clear verbal cue that the energy wanted to move to the top of your head. So that's
Okay.
where we brought it.
So what does that mean, do we think? Just need to open
Usually-
up my crown chakra?
Well, we don't use the terms chakra so
Okay,
much in
that's right,
Chinese
okay.
medicine, but there is, of course, always crossover. You know, the human body's, the energetics of the human body are universal. It's just a matter of what system you use to understand it. But in general, when we're needling the top of the head, we're trying to bring clear yang energy to the top and separate it from the yin energy so that it can move down to the lower part of the body.
Where it's supposed to be.
Yin energy, the yin-yang theory is actually the core and what makes Chinese medicine very unique, in that the two of them react all together all the time, and they have to be in balance for optimal health to exist. Anytime they're out of balance, some sort of disorder arises. The nature of yin is that it's substantial, right? And it needs to be in the lower half of the body, because lower is one of the yin aspects, upper is one of the yang aspects, and yang is more insubstantial. So anytime yin moves up into the upper part of the body, you get conditions associated with substance, so congestion. You'll get phlegm or mucus in the
Okay.
face. So we want to bring the clear yang up so it can separate from the yin, and that can move to the lower half of the body, thereby restoring normal respiration.
Wow.
Okay, so let me tell you how it feels. Because I'm having some allergy difficulties, and I was coughing a little earlier, and all that's gone. That urge to cough is gone. That little tickle in my throat.
That was just a couple minutes ago, right?
That was just a few minutes ago, right before I lay down to get stuck with needles, and not something you say every day. I feel more clear-headed, which is good, and I feel less congestion even in my like under my eyes, my cheeks, all those sinus cavities feel not so congested as they did even 5 minutes ago.
So a lot of people have this question, how does acupuncture work?
Good question.
And there's really two ways to answer it. There's within the conceptual framework of Chinese medicine, which the layperson isn't familiar with. And then there's from a Western point of view, which is how when people ask, how does acupuncture work? That's what most people really want to know. It's a little bit difficult to answer. We don't have a full understanding of it. But what we do know is that one of the effects of the needling process is that it increases circulation in the local area. So if you have stagnation of mucus or whatever it is that's causing a blockage, it's going to promote that to move. It also helps in create the production of endorphins and increase the levels of cortisone in the body. It helps balance the hormonal system, and it stimulates the body's immune system. So most of acupuncture's function can be explained in those terms.
Okay. And there's, can we talk about the qi lines or the
The meridians.
meridians? Thank you, the
Right.
meridians.
So the meridians are interesting because Chinese medicine, like I mentioned earlier, the conceptual framework is really different. We don't really look at structures so much. It's not based on structures like Western medicine is. The closest we have to that is these meridians or corresponding pathways of association that effectively tie different parts of the body together. So the upper part of the body with the lower part of the body, the left side of the body with the right side of the body, the surface of the body with the exterior of the body, the front of the body with the back of the body. So optimum health is only realized when all of those associations are in harmony, right? When yin and yang are balanced. Along those pathways are access points effectively, where the practitioner, through a long history of developing this, knows what the effect of needling and how they needle those different access points will change the relationship of the energy in the body. So I'm basically sending signals to the body to readjust itself and bring it back into balance.
Boy, do I need that. So how often would someone come and see you?
That really depends on your condition. Some acute conditions can be treated in one treatment or 3 treatments, it just depends. Sometimes more chronic treatment disorders or complaints might take 5 to 10 visits. Something that's more complicated could require ongoing care.
Do you do something that's like a maintenance? Like for me, I have, well, you know, I have allergy problems, and so would I come like on a regular basis all the time, because allergies are here all the time. There's always something blooming, growing, or molding in this city.
Right. Nashville's a tough town for allergies,
Boy,
for
it
sure.
is. It's a tough town.
Again, we go back to this whole idea of where Chinese medicine comes from. It comes from the Taoist roots of Chinese philosophy, Chinese thought. And one of the things that the Chinese felt was that human beings were not separate from nature. We were a part of nature. We were a part of the seasons. Right? So the way the seasons changed, our body reflected that. So a person who's in good health would probably want to come in for acupuncture about 4 times a year, basically in between the change of seasons, right, for a tune-up.
Right, okay.
So that you can more optimally make that transition into the new season. Now, depending on what your complaint is or what kind of imbalance you have, you might want to come in more frequently. So, for example, if you're a person who has a lot of difficulty in the spring, when the spring bloom comes, you'd want to come in regularly in the winter, right, before that happened, right? Because the focus here is preventative. We don't want to wait until there's a problem. We want to try and address it before that arises. If you're a person that has winter asthma, for example, the summertime's the time to come in and get treatment.
This is very relaxing. I'm very relaxed.
Good.
Like there's people all over the place, and there's lights, but I feel just very
Most people usually experience acupuncture as very relaxing. All the time I walk back into the room to the sound of snoring. So if it was all that uncomfortable, people wouldn't be able to relax that much.
Well, that's interesting. So what are you doing now?
Now we're just trying to, we've spoken meridians, right? And the meridian one of the meridians that runs to the face begins in the hand and connects the arm of the body to the face. So this meridian runs all the way up the arm and comes in to right next to the nostril on the opposite side of the body.
I got a cough. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so when you put that needle in, I felt it in my thumb joint. And a weird, like didn't hurt, but I just felt something.
So what that probably was.
Energy, I guess?
Yeah, that was probably your chi just kind of moving through the meridian.
My chi woke up?
It did.
Okay, so when you open your eyes and you have needles on your face and you talk, they wiggle and it's really creepy.
Think of it as having whiskers.
No, I think of it as like Hellraiser, that movie.
Pinhead?
Pinhead, yeah,
no.
okay.
That's a bad association.
I know, so I'm
probably,
closing my eyes again. It's good, okay.
Go with the cat.
Go with the cat, it's
yeah,
better?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I can feel it in my thumb. That's just very interesting.
Yeah,
Like
so
if I move my thumb, I can really,
that's
really feel it.
another interesting thing that people should probably know is that if you come in, say, with musculoskeletal problems, which acupuncture can treat very effectively, you may not get needles only in the affected area, right? Because of that meridian system that we spoke about earlier that ties different parts of the body. It's very common for someone to come in with a shoulder injury and they want to know why I'm treating the opposite side of their knee.
Right, okay.
Right? So, and that's because the meridians tie the different parts of the body together, so I can affect the change in your shoulder by treating the opposite side of your knee.
So in Chinese medicine, you really treat, like if I come in and I'm having trouble with my left knee, okay, you really treat the whole person, not just the symptomology that somebody presents.
Right.
Would that be right? Okay.
That's another good point, right? We have this saying in Chinese medicine that we always treat the root and the branch, right?
Okay.
So the branch or the symptom, right, would be your knee pain. There was some underlying imbalance that caused the knee pain.
Right.
So if I only treated your knee and tried to eliminate the symptoms, we didn't address the root problem, and there's a very good chance that your condition could resurface. Okay. So by treating the root problem, we do a thorough intake, evaluation, come up with a diagnosis and a treatment plan. We try and bring your constitution back into balance to help prevent their symptoms from reoccurring.
Okay, that makes sense. When you think about the meridians and treating the entire body. Okay, so are you going to take these needles out of me?
Yeah, so
okay.
We're done with this part of the demonstration. But what I wanted to mention was that for people who were hoping to get acupuncture, you would probably want to plan on an hour to an hour and a half for your first visit, and then typically visits afterwards are an hour. You want to try and wear loose clothing, right? So if you're a woman, try not to wear a dress, try not to wear stockings. That make it easier to access the necessary acupuncture points. And what happens is you come in, we do an interview, then the needling happens, that takes a couple minutes, and then you rest quietly for about 20 to 30 minutes. We come back in, we take the needles out, which I'll do now.
Wow. Very interesting when you pull them out.
It's also very common for people to still feel like the needle is in, to have some sensation in the needle site for sometimes quite a while afterwards. It's also common for people to experience relief right away, or sometimes it might take a little while for them to experience some relief.
I feel very relieved.
Good. So if for you it worked right away.
Right away. Okay.
Lucky us.
Very interesting. So give us your website again.
Okay, it's Optimum Health Matters, and it's West Nashville, right? OptimumHealthMatters.com. Sorry, and the office is on Charlotte in West Nashville.
And Dr. Brian Wilson, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come back and see us.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks
All
for
right.
having me.
All right.
Okay.
Well, welcome back to the Mystic Coffee Hour. And now it's time to chat with our fabulous guest today. We have Sean Jackson. He's a psychic medium, a light language coach, which I really want to hear some more about. And you can find him, he's been plying his craft here in the Nashville area for many, many years. So welcome to the show, Sean.
Well, thank you for having me.
So tell me about what you've been up to, and have you got anything exciting going on?
Well, I do a blog talk show every Thursdays at 5 to 5:30 Central Time. I also do readings in the Nashville area or over the phone. I do readings from all over the place, as far as Australia to here locally, and so I'm just excited to just do it. It's one of those things I love to do. When you do readings for people, it's just one of those things that just kind of empowers you, and it's nice so people can get clarification on what's going on in their life.
Yeah, how long have you been practicing or doing what you do? When did you?
Well, I started when I was in my 20s, so over 25 years now, and I keep learning different modalities, techniques, and it's kind of one of those everlasting journees of knowledge.
Yeah, it's kind of, I keep adding to the things on my list of things that I do. You know, it's just once you get to the other side.
Yes, exactly.
There's no turning back. There's so much to learn constantly. Tell me about the light language coach.
Well, light language is a Mayan modality, and it's about creating a grid. You can create grids in a room, on your body, and it helps open up your chakras where you can get other things flowing in your life. You can focus on money, relationships, jobs, whatever else that you're trying to open it up to make that flow faster and easier for you. So It's a matter of using shapes. You can use stones. You can use many different ways of creating grids to open up different parts of your life.
And you can teach people how to do this.
I can. Well, I'm not certified to teach, but I can do these for people. It's kind of like doing a reading for people.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, you know, Sean's read we had a little psychic fair at the Goddess in the Moon, and Sean read, and everybody loved him. So I just wanted you to know. I don't know if I had an opportunity to tell you or not, but everybody was so very impressed with you. So,
Oh, thank you.
So you
I'm
done
glad
good.
to hear that.
Yeah, I always like working with Sean. We've done radio together several times,
Yes,
and
we have.
we always have a great time.
Yes.
And he's very, very good at what he does. He's very committed to this, and so that's really important. You know, this is a lot of people these days mistakenly think that it's something that you can just kind of pick up and do, but it's really to be really. It's a calling more than anything.
You have to be dedicated.
You have to be
I think.
dedicated to it.
Or crazy.
Yeah, or crazy.
Or a little
yeah.
both.
So we're going to have some call-ins.
I'm setting that up right now.
Okay.
We're going to the page right now, and if you want to friend us on Mystic Coffee Hour on Facebook, that's you can like the page, and each time we tape one of these episodes, what we will do is let you know when you can call in. We'll post a phone number, and we will put you on the air, and we will do a reading for you.
And
So-
every time you like the page, you get a free kitten.
Free kittens for all! Yay! We like kittens. So, you want to? While I set this up, if you get questions you want to ask
Well,
Sean about, I know you had some.
I do. I have a couple because in the South, mostly what you find are women who are readers, and so that's got to be different. There's not a lot of men that do readings, at least in the South. Up north, you find it more, but here not so much. So, do you get resistance from people? They don't want to be read by you. They'd rather be read by a woman. Do you have issues with that, or do they have issues with you rather?
I haven't had a lot of resistance that way.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty outgoing and pretty personable, so people are pretty at ease with me. I'm pretty direct with people, so I think that they find that refreshing.
Okay, that's really good because I think that for the most part, in my practice and probably yours, we shouldn't use practice. That sounds like
Yeah.
we haven't gotten it yet.
I know.
In
It's
our
like, what do you call it? Profession.
In our
That's a good
profession,
word.
most of my clients are female.
Yes.
A very small male percentage, but my male clients are very loyal.
Yes.
They come on a regular basis. They come all the time, but it's got to be 80-20 as far as male female.
I would say mine is probably 90-10. I have mostly females
Okay.
and just maybe 10% males.
Not surprising at all.
So it's one of those things where I kind of go with the flow. And I try not to tap in when they first call. I want to hold back until I can have the reading for something more for them to tell them.
So you do a lot of readings over the phone. I do.
Yes,
I
I
know
do.
Susie does, and probably we need to talk a little bit about how that works. And so my idea is that telephones are built for communication.
Right. Yes.
And so I just feel like it's a direct line right into my ear with people.
Some people feel like that you need to be there to do the reading. I feel I'm agreeing with that because I feel like once you're on the phone, you have that direct connection, and it just keeps flowing no matter how you do it.
That's what I think too. And I think radio does the same thing. You've got this big antenna.
Right. Exactly.
It kind of pulls it in for you.
Right,
So
yeah.
and I like radio is a fun. I really enjoy doing it. So, but yeah, I read for people all over the country. Not in Australia, but
I've had one from
Continental United
Australia,
States.
and that's all
you get to put that on the resume
Yes,
now.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely. Was there something in particular that you want to focus on or emphasize as far as what you do? Or
Well, you can find out more information about me by going to SeanIntuitive.net
good.
and ask Sean Intuitive on Facebook and Sean Intuitive on Twitter. And so you can find out more information about me. You can ask questions there. You can also go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and ask questions there as well.
What's Fiverr?
Fiverr
I've never heard
is a news site where you can ask 3 questions. That's basically doing readings by email, and so you can do it that way. You create accounts just like Facebook or PayPal, and you create an account, and then they can go to Fiverr and put /Sean Intuitive, and then it'll send me an email, and I answer the questions over email.
Wow. Well, that sounds cool.
No, I think that right now with the 2012 and the, December 21st, I think it's going to be a huge point of transformation. I think you're going to see, you're already seeing a lot of people in flux about what's going to happen next, and I think it's going to be actually a neat transition. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I'm kind of glad I'm here for all of this
Yes,
energy.
exactly.
You know, and it's not so much about the that actual date, but this period of time that we're in.
Exactly.
It's just phenomenal. All right, so each week what we're going to do is bring you something called the metaphysical mix, and I'll be sharing with you different things that you can, just different metaphysical tips and tricks and things that you can do to learn how to manifest things using the law of attraction, a little bit of astrology, whatever it is we want to bring you each week. And so today, since we have a new moon coming up this week on the 13th of December, it's in Sagittarius. I want to talk a little bit about manifesting with the new moon energy. And this isn't magic or woo-woo. This is something that, you know, people have been doing for centuries, planting by the moon and all of those things. And we can also, as people plant seeds and gardens by the moon energy, we can also plant our dreams and our plans in the same way. And so, on a new moon is great because a new moon represents new beginnings. So it's a fantastic time to be to set into motion some of the things that you want to create going forward. And you can do things. It doesn't have to be anything in particular that you do. It can be something as simple as writing down, you know, if you want to create a new business or move or change jobs or something. What you want to do is just write down that intention during the new moon, and that it's great energy it's great energy to kind of get. It's like riding a wave almost, you know. And the new moon, you can't see the new moon. It's usually just a little. If you want to start a very large project, you can at least take those initial steps on the new moon. So it's, you know, always reflect about a week before the new moon on what it is that you want to create, and use that energy to kind of ride that wave into the next period of your life. So, and this particular new moon happens to be in Sagittarius, which is all about honesty and optimism and free-spirited energy and adventure. So you might want to, at this period in time for this week, December 13th, look at the areas where you may need to be brave and step into something really, really huge that you've never done before. So good luck with all of that, and I'm going to turn it back over to Tish now.
Well, I want to thank Sean for being here, and so he was a wonderful guest, as I'm not surprised at all. And we'd like to thank Dr. Brian Wilson. He was wonderful. He stuck needles in my face. It was great. And you can find all of us at thegoddessandthemoon.com, and we are at 603 8th Avenue South. And we'd like to end with an affirmation, and you can work on this during the week and improve your life. I am one with the very power that created me, and this power lives within me to allow me to create my own circumstances. I choose all that is good.